we're at Comic-Con, and I'm talking with Luen Yang. Thank you so much for taking a minute to talk to me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here, Sal.
Congratulations on this new gig for you. I loved your work from Shang-Chi, and
awesome.
of course, Superman Smash with the Clan, Avatar, but now you got the Turtles.
Yeah. It's kind of a surreal thing, you know, because I grew up with the Turtles. I remember watching the cartoon with my brother when we were kids. We had the toys. And I remember, I got my start in comics as a self-publisher. And I was funded by the Zero Grant, which was founded by Peter Laird.
Oh, yeah, Peter Laird, that's right.
Yeah, so
that's so cool.
Yeah, I feel like the Turtles have had such a big influence on my life, and now to get to work on them.
Do you, you're working with Freddie Williams II, as I understand it. It's such a new announcement that I feel like it's too early to ask how the collaboration's been going.
I mean, we're just getting started, but I really do love his art. I think he has a real cartoony flair to it that I find really appealing. But then he's also able to handle serious stuff, right? He's able to handle the emotions. He handles action really well. He's just a real pro. Yeah,
you've worked with some fantastic artists in your career, and it must be such a thrill to be like, you know, this shepherd of talent, and of course being one yourself.
Yeah, I've been really lucky with the folks that I've gotten to collaborate with. You know, like Ivan Reis and DK Ruan, some real amazing talents.
Yeah. What about your experience in the past is informing your direction with the Turtles today?
Well, I mean, a lot of it comes out of my actual love of the Turtles, right? I think to begin this project, I really had to remember back to my childhood and kind of connect on an emotional level with these characters. Remember what it felt like to watch that show with my brother and some of the wonder that came out of that. And then on top of that, you know, I felt like I learned a lot about writing martial arts stories when I was working on Shang-Chi. So I do want to bring some of that into the Turtles.
Sure, yeah. I gotta ask, do you have a favorite turtle?
Yeah, we all have a favorite turtle. So I'll answer and then you answer.
Okay, yes.
So mine is Donatello.
Hey, a fellow Donnie fan, yes.
Hey,
yes.
So tell me why. Tell me why for you.
Well, he does machines. No, as a kid, I grew up kind of nerdy, and I really connected with Donatello. I like the bow staff. I also played a lot of the video games, so I like the reach.
Yeah, that's right.
But I like that he was the smart one, and you know, he kind of was the geeky guy, and I kind of identified with that a lot. You know, I wasn't really that much of a party dude. I wasn't that rageful yet, and I was certainly not the leader.
I see.
So that was it.
Yeah, I think I have a very similar answer to you. I like the fact that he's the only one with a weapon that has no metal in it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So he only fights with wood, which I think is amazing. And he keeps up with his brothers.
Yeah. No, I agree. No, he's head and shoulders with them. Like, there's no hierarchy, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
The thing about Donnie fans is we're not ones to say Donnie's the best. We just say we love Donnie.
Yeah, he's the most identifiable.
Exactly, right? Yes. He's the relatable guy.
Yeah, he's the relatable guy.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite villain from the Turtles world?
Yeah, I always like Krang, you know, and Shredder, of course.
Yeah.
Shredder is amazing.
Yep.
And Bebop and Rocksteady, I think, have always been there as almost like two stooges, you know, as I think what I really like about them is they can vacillate very easily back and forth between comic relief and actually something that feels really dangerous.
Yes,
because it's a very natural transition between the two.
Absolutely, poles. Yeah. They could easily be played as fools, but also they're made from wild, scary animals. So absolutely. Right. And they're bigger. You know, they're usually more imposing. Right. And Williams, you know.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Exactly.
He really is good at that.
Did you read a lot of the comics back in the day,
or
did you catch up?
Yeah, I did. I remember coming across the old black and whites at a friend's house. The original, it wasn't the original. It was a reprint of the original.
That's the only way any of us could get it. I completely get it.
That's right. It was the Eastman Laird. It was a collection of the OG run.
Yeah.
And I remember being really blown away by both how it had this cartoony appeal to it, but it was still gritty.
Yes.
It still felt really gritty, right?
Yeah.
I felt like the way they used, I don't think it was Zipatone that they used. I think they actually were drawing on this Bristol board that you could scratch out. To get the
lines.
Yeah, the lines, and I thought that the way they did that it just felt so far ahead of its time.
Yes.
You know, and it's no wonder that they kind of spawned the entire black and white boom.
Oh yeah.
In the 80s and 90s. I remember going to our local shop and there were 2 shelves of black and white comics, and that was all because of Turtles.
Right. Yeah. I remember. When I was a kid, the black and white boom had already happened, but I was acclimated to it. I was used to it.
Yeah,
there was no getting used to it. It was just like, oh, well, this is also part of it,
Yeah.
and it was all because of the Turtles. And its meteoric success also
Yeah,
informed.
that's right. That's
like
right.
just it meant that anything could be a phenomenon.
That's right. That's right. And it made, I feel like it really made the space for stories that were not about superheroes necessarily.
Yes.
Or sensibilities that weren't the big two sensibilities.
And it gave it an opportunity to be like, hey, here's something that is, high fantasy, ridiculous.
Yeah.
But not capes and tights.
Yeah,
something
that's
else.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Gave way for things like concrete.
And the
stuff.
way they brought in all the genres too was
Exactly.
pretty
Oh
amazing.
yeah. Oh, it's so fun to go back and look at the old Eastman
Yeah.
Laird run, and you're like, okay, so they're in the streets, they fight Shredder. Oh, that was the first issue. Okay.
Yeah,
and then
that's right.
you immediately meet the Utrum, and then you're in space, and then you got the
that's right.
Triceratons, and I'm like, whoa, slow down.
Yeah, and there are brains that come out of people's stomachs.
Yeah, and they're
really
and they're
amazing.
like fun guys, and then there's that like full issue that's just a chase scene. I'm like, what are they? But it's just pushing boundaries.
Yeah, it really is. It was pushing the medium.
Now you're a seasoned comic book auteur at this point, but do you see this as an opportunity maybe to kind of push some boundaries, kind of like stretch yourself a little bit more?
One of the things I really do love about comics is there's certain stories that you can only tell in comics.
Yes.
And that was something that Ivan Reese and I tried to do when we did a very short run on Batman Superman.
One of the best runs of that series was that. I loved that series.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to play with the form of comics.
Yeah, well,
So-
that cinema issue.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
so
Thank
incredible.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I mean, he's just Ivan is
Oh,
like
yeah.
one of the best, right? He's incredible. But we, IDW and I, we've talked about maybe doing some like formal play. We haven't landed on anything yet. I do think that. With the Turtles, you really have to get their relationship right above all else.
Absolutely.
But once that's solid, I think it'd be fun to play with things that are comics only.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic approach. I love it. Well, Gene, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Yeah,
I really,
thank
really
you, Sal.
appreciate it, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, great to meet a fellow Donatello.
Absolutely, yes. Cowabunga. Sorry.